Hi, welcome to another edition of Property Management Mondays. I'm NC and this is brought to you by NC Real Estate. Okay, the question I've been asked this week is, how do you chase unpaid rent? At the start of this video, I am assuming two things. One, you've got your tenancy agreement in place, and number two, you've registered the deposit of the tenant and you've sent them the prescribed information. If you haven't done either of those things, then you need to get that sorted first, because without that being in place, there's not a lot you can do. So seek the advice of your solicitor at this point. If you've already got your accounts in order, then this shouldn't be such a big issue. Basically, you need to start chasing rent if on the day that you're expecting rent to come in, it's not been paid. So if you look at your account at 5 o'clock and the tenant's not paid it, you need to get on the ball. The next few steps are really simple. I'm not trying to teach you how to suck eggs, but I've been asked the question, so here goes. Step number 1. Get in contact with your tenant, phone them and find out what's going on. It may just be an honest mistake, or there may be something more behind it. You need to know, so get on the phone, give them a call and start talking to them. Step number 2, text your tenant. Find out what's going on. A simple text can make them move. If they're looking at their phone, then they might be able to look at their online banking, in which case they'll probably just make a transfer and send you a text back saying that they've done it. But you do need to contact them, and text is a great way of recording this. Step number 3, email them as well. If you've talked to them on the telephone or you've had a text from them, then why not put in an email? Send them an email saying, further to our telephone call, further to our text, this is what we've agreed, or I've tried to call you, I've tried to text you and I haven't heard from you. It's a great way of putting everything that you've done in writing and making sure that the tenant lives up to what they've said, or it holds the tenant responsible for not paying rent. You need to do this to make sure you've got a paper trail. In my experience, the tenant always comes back to me normally after about 24 hours. Usually it's just a real big mistake and they've just forgotten to send it across to you. But if they haven't, at this point they'll probably come back to you and tell you you've got a problem. Now it's not too big an issue if they're honest with you, because you can put in place a payment plan and you can understand what's going on. However, if it drags on and the tenant doesn't come back to you, I would say continue with steps 1, 2 and 3 for 7 days. If after 7 days you don't get a response and you don't get rent payment, it's time to get in contact with your solicitor and find out what your options are. If you do get to the point where you go and inspect the premises and the tenant has walked away from it, always get in contact with your solicitor. They're the best people because they can give you a solution, come up with the strategy that's right for you and get it resolved pretty quickly. I'm going to stress at this point that you shouldn't panic. Everything's resolvable. You will find a solution to the problem, and most times, in fact I'd say 99.9% of the time, you'll get it resolved before even having to resort to using your solicitors. But follow my steps. Number 1, call. Number 2, text. Number 3, email. And go for the 3-pronged approach. Do it all. Make sure your tenant knows that you're on top of what they're doing, and you should get a payment no problem. I've already put together some really great blog posts on advice for serving Section 21s, collecting the deposit properly, so I'm going to put links to those below. After you finish watching this video, please click on the links, as this will give you more advice. And if you're struggling at all with collecting rent, please go and seek some advice. Don't let it continue. Honestly, it's not worth it, because your business only runs if your tenants are paying rent. So follow my 3 steps. That's really easy. It's something that you can do every day so that you know you're being proactive. But if it doesn't work, then please, please, please go and see your solicitor. Get advice sooner rather than later. It'll be so much more beneficial for you. I really hope our video has been very useful for you on this Monday. Tune in next week, as we'll be answering more of your questions. In the meantime, if you like what we're doing, then please sign up to our newsletter. You'll get all the information that we're publishing first. Also, like this, share us around, make sure that everybody else is getting the help they need to be the most successful property manager. Honestly, it will go such a long way to making sure that you have the best property portfolio. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Keep updated on ncrealestate.co.uk. I'm always over there posting things, and have a good week.